my question is to the Minister of Finance and asks, what concerns, if any, does he have about the performance of the New Zealand economy, and what impact is the performance of the New Zealand economy having on New Zealanders?
I do have concerns, though, which is why the government is acting to mitigate them. As a small, open economy, New Zealand is at risk from changes in the global economy. As a government, we are doing our bit to help protect our economy from this global fallout.
Is he concerned that during his time as Minister of Finance, New Zealand's inflation rate has been out of control for 27 months so far, leaving New Zealanders to struggle through a cost of living crisis seemingly without end?
This is a global inflation crisis.
Is he concerned that during his time as Minister of Finance, the official cash rate has risen quicker than at any other time during its history, leaving New Zealand mortgage holders scrambling to meet supersized mortgage payments as commercial rates effectively double?
Mr. Speaker, and indeed this again is a global trend, Mr. Speaker.
If high inflation and interest rates are simply a global phenomenon, then why does America have so much lower inflation than New Zealand? And why is it that our domestic inflation rate is higher than our imported inflation rate?
Mr. Speaker, the New Zealand economy has recovered earlier than many other countries. That affects the different rates of growth and the different rates of inflation that we see.
Is he concerned that after 6 years of him managing the New Zealand economy, our country is now the slowest growing in the Asia-Pacific region, in recession, and predicted to be one of the slowest growing countries in the world next year?
Mr. Speaker, the thing that will really cause problems for the New Zealand economy is unfunded tax cuts.
Can he confirm that under his stewardship of the New Zealand economy, net Crown debt has risen from $5.4 billion in 2019 to $73.3 billion today? And can he guarantee to the New Zealanders that every dollar he has borrowed has been put to good use?
Mr. Speaker, I congratulate the member on her graduation to Professor of Economics.
Well, is he proud that under his economic management, New Zealand has the largest current account deficit in the developed world? And does he have another excuse for that one too?
Mr. Speaker, all of the credibility that's been built up in the New Zealand economy, all of that credibility would be frittered away by unfunded tax cuts. That's what the member's promising.
Isn't it the case that despite his many attempts to blame others, in fact, his legacy to the New Zealand economy is a cost of living crisis, recession, deficit and debt? And is it the case that he is simply carrying on Labour's proud tradition of leaving the New Zealand economy in tatters?
Mr. Speaker, we prioritise making sure that we look after the most vulnerable in our society. All of that, Mr. Speaker, is at risk from a government obsessed with making sure that they deliver tax cuts.